EVGA started its business in 1999 and its brand was actually named after video graphics. Here, EVGA originally stood for E-commerce Video Graphics Array, which makes it apparent that the company was solely dedicated to manufacturing graphics cards. It exclusively worked for Nvidia till it ended its business last year and soon became the largest AIB supplier for Nvidia GPUs in both North America and European region. The company officially worked for Nvidia for 22 years, but it actually started suffering in the past few years as Nvidia didn't treat it the way a company would have treated its faithful client who worked for it for more than 2 decades. When EVGA decided to quit its partnership with Nvidia, it was not an easy decision for the company as 80% of its revenue came from Nvidia GPUs. But for the company's CEO, it was harder to work with Nvidia than to leave it. One of the major reasons for that was losing the revenue on the RTX 30 cards, where EVGA was forced to compete with Nvidia's Founders Edition GPUs. And in this course, the profit margin for EVGA shrank significantly. Not surprisingly, EVGA was not alone in this because over the last 17 years, almost every AIB lost its profit margins to the point that Nvidia was gobbling up as much as 65% of the total profits, while AIBs were reduced to only 5% compared to 20% plus margins in the early 2000s. Fast forward to 2023, when Nvidia launched the worst GPUs of all time, AIBs have started losing interest. Not only the sales of new graphics cards are down significantly, but it is also now reported that some AIBs do not even want to make the 4060 Ti graphics cards. The editor of Hardware Lux, Andreas, recently tweeted about its conversation with some AIBs, and he says that very few partners are interested in promoting the 4060 Ti 16GB card, which is already apparent from the fewer models AIBs are pushing for the sale. Also, some of the models are getting priced higher than the MSRP of the RTX 4070, which is quite absurd. Andreas says that the 16GB edition is only to quiet the critics of the 8GB card and accept that it comes with no advantage whatsoever as other specs are literally identical to 8GB edition. So both things combined, AIBs have no other choice than to work on non-Nvidia GPUs, but here is when things get darker as Nvidia is once again trying to control its board partners in order to stop them making non-Nvidia GPUs. This report comes from an anonymous employee of one of the brands that has signed up to work with Intel, and this has been reported by Pro High Tech. Now, even though this is considered a rumor by many outlets, this could totally come out to be true because Nvidia did indulge in such practices a few years back when Nvidia started its GeForce Partner program, where it required AIBs to stop working with other GPU manufacturers once they become a part of this program. But when Nvidia faced severe backlash, it pulled back the GPP because it was literally made for blowing the competitors out of the market as much as possible. Now once again, Nvidia is trying a similar tactic where it is threatening its AIBs to not produce Intel's next-gen Battlemage GPUs or it will stop providing them their GPU chips. From one of the reliable translations, this happened in China, and the author says that when Intel reached out to the major GPU AIBs, Nvidia got to know about it, and then it started to threaten those companies from joining Intel for obvious reasons. Now out of options, Intel is looking for smaller AIBs to manufacture their GPUs, and because this is happening behind the doors, Intel's new partner is not willing to speak up for unknown reasons. This makes it quite evident that Nvidia is genuinely scared of Intel as the Battlemage holds the potential for destroying the current Nvidia mid-range GPUs. We have already seen that the A750 and A770 come pretty close to the RTX 4060, and the Battlemage is most likely to destroy the Ada cards pretty easily. Moreover, Battlemage GPUs are expected to arrive next year, and this is where Nvidia is feeling tense as it has delayed its next-gen RTX 5000 cards to 2025, which gives Intel a full year to dominate the mid-range GPU segment. This might literally take a big chunk of GPU share from Nvidia, and even though Nvidia doesn't rely too much on the revenue it generates from the gaming market right now, it surely doesn't want someone else to take its place that has been its strongest area of dominance for 2 decades. Now coming back to EVGA, there were some rumors going around in the past few days that it is stopping its motherboard business altogether, and all 170 employees working in this business have resigned. It was also rumored that the famous overclocker Kingpin has also resigned from the company. But Tech Power Up recently reached out to the company, which declared it a rumor. It said that its Taiwan office is still operating and Kingpin is still with EVGA. EVGA is still doing the business and supporting its customers as before. So fortunately, EVGA is not pulling out of the motherboard business, even though they are not that popular in this field. Apart from that, it is still going strong in other hardware segments like CPU coolers, power supplies, and of course peripherals. I hope that other AIBs don't pull out completely out of the GPU business because of Nvidia and should be given equal opportunities to work with any GPU manufacturer they want to. Having Intel involved in GPU business will only boost healthy competition in the market, and we are likely to see more and more performance boosts with every Intel driver update. Watch this video to know about how much performance uplift you can get with the latest Intel driver, and let me know your thoughts about Nvidia trying to stop its AIBs from collaborating with other manufacturers. Lastly, if you found the video informative, then hit the like button and subscribe for more videos like these. Also make sure to turn on the notifications to never miss any future videos, and I will see you in the next one.